The rusted idol opened its iron mouth and whispered, "Mother." Naya froze on the temple floor. Oil lamps flickered. Incense hung thick. The priests had been chanting to wake a storm god, not a child. When the idol spoke, two white-robed elders gasped and toppled like dropped brooms. Their beads rattled, then went silent. Naya's heart kicked. She was only here to hide from the guards outside. She ducked under a rope, touched the ancient metal to steady herself, then the world changed. Who said that? She breathed. The idol's eyes were two coin-sized vents. Heat pulsed from them. The voice drifted out again, small and steady. "You came back for me." "I don't even know you," she said, but her fingers didn't let go. A younger priest stumbled from behind the altar. His face was ashen. "Step away, girl. No orphan may touch the rusted one. That is the first law." Naya's throat tightened. Orphan, always a brand, never a name. She steadied her voice. "It called me mother." "Blasphemy!" he hissed, yet his hands shook. He reached for a copper bell. "The idol tests us. You are a trick." Behind the doors, boots hammered the stone. City guards. Naya flinched. She had stolen bread at the harbor. A stupid risk. A life-or-death one. She pressed her palm to the idol's cold cheek and leaned in fast. "Please," she whispered to the metal. "If you can talk, help me." Heat surged under her skin. The vents brightened. The young priest paled and backed away, dragging a fainted elder by the sleeve. "Mother," the idol said gently. "Lift me." It was small, barely the size of a cat. Once it loosened from its shrine cradle. Rust flaked like ash on her clothes. It felt heavy and old and somehow hopeful. Naya cradled it to her chest. The great doors slammed open. Wind spilled in. Guards stepped over the threshold, spears ready. Their captain's scarred lip curled when he saw Naya and the idol pressed together. "She has bonded," he said. "Take her alive if you can." Naya ran down the steps, across the courtyard, through the rain. The idol hummed against her ribs, each note a warning. The city was midnight metal and flooded alleys. She vaulted a drain. A spear clanged near her heel. Fear pounded like a drum in her ears. "You will fall if you turn left." The idol murmured. She turned right and skidded under a hanging sign. A spear nicked the sign and split it. The wood crashed where her head had been. She sucked air through her teeth and kept going. The idol kept guiding, one breath ahead, one corner early. Guards shouted. Cries rose behind them. "Why me?" Naya whispered between steps. "Why call me that?" "Because you made me," the idol said. She almost tripped. Water splashed her shins. "I made an idol?" "I don't remember that." "Not with hands," the voice said softly. "With a promise?" A flash, a memory she kept buried under hard layers. She was 5. She shivered under a broken roof as thunder rolled over the city. She held a nail like a sword. She whispered to the dark, "If no one comes, I'll make my own god. One that holds me back." The memory broke like a wave. Naya choked. She had not spoken of that night to anyone. Not ever. They ducked into a lamp market, all glass and shimmer. The idol warmed her chest. She slowed only when the guards' voices faded to distant thunder. A bent woman behind a stall stared at Naya's arms, stained by rust and rain. "Child." The woman whispered, pointing to a cracked plaque nailed above the alley mouth. "Read." Naya read the old words, faded but sharp. "He who bears the rusted one must never cross running water. The bond breaks. The city burns." "Superstition," Naya said, but her heartbeat stumbled. Water roared under the street grates. The runoff river sliced through the shadowed lanes. On the far side lay the slums where she could vanish. The bridge was a short block away and full of armed men. "I can't stay here," she told the idol. "I do not burn cities," it said. "Then what do you do?" I returned. "To what?" "To who you were." She stared down at it. Rust clung to its eyelids like sleep. It did not look like a god. It looked like a forgotten toy, loved once and left. She held it tighter. "Tell me the truth," she said. "Are you a trap?" I am a key, it said, and the lamps around them dimmed as if the market held its breath. The bridge guard spotted her. Horns brayed. Naya ran for the side lanes, made for the underpass where the flood rushed through a dark culvert. If she couldn't cross the bridge, she'd slip along the stone lip. The rule, the idol said. Water. Rules are cages, Naya said, and dropped into the culvert mouth. Foam clawed her boots. The roar swallowed the city's noise. She set her back to the wall and edged along, step by step, the flood slapping inches from her toes. Halfway across, the idol flared hot. Pain zipped up her arms. Her foot slipped. The water grabbed her ankle. She bit down a scream. The world blurred white. The humming in her chest rose to a pure, endless note, then everything went silent. She stood in a dry tunnel. The water rushed around her like glass, splitting and rejoining as if she were a stone in the stream. In the silence, the idol spoke in a new tone, older, deeper. Now you remember, it said. What am I? Naya whispered. Not an orphan, it said. The Forge Mother. You made more than a promise. You made a seed. You planted it in me? Behind her on the shore, the guards entered the culvert. They froze, seeing her held dry by an invisible circle. The captain's mouth opened. He lowered his spear and bowed. Not to her, to the idol. Forgive us, he said. We did not know you had returned. Naya shook. Anger and pity surged and tangled. If you knew, you would have jailed me differently, she said. You would have broken the bridge. The idol warmed again, gentle. Choose, it said. Step to me and bind. Or step away and I fall asleep for 100 years. Naya looked at the guards, the flood, the market, her whole thin, rough life. Her thumb traced the idol's cracked brow. In that small motion she felt grief and power, fear and hope. She drew breath. If I bind, she asked, who burns? Not the city, the idol said. Only the lies. The water shivered. A shadow moved under the surface, huge, slow, waking. The stone trembled under her feet. The captain's eyes widened. Naya, the idol whispered. Mother, decide. She stepped cut to black. Want the next surge of this story? Follow now so you don't miss part 2.